Welcome back to the channel, guys. I hope everyone's having a wonderful day. Behind me is Mr. McCorvy's brand new 2025 GMC Denali truck. This thing looks absolutely sexy, but what makes it unique to us, guys, it is the very first 25 that we've gotten and actually had the ECM sent off to HP tuners and had it unlocked so that we can perform our magic over here at Late Model Racecraft, doing the packages that we do to make them reliable. So I want to thank HP tuners for getting on the ball right away. As far as I know, this is one of the first, if not the first, 25 ECM to be unlocked so that we have the capabilities to make this boosted application run the way it needs to. So let me get under the hood and show you guys exactly what we did to this one.
Experience the thrill of unrivaled performance. Our team of experts takes your ride to the next level. From horsepower gains to custom enhancements, we deliver results. Late Model Racecraft. We talking or we racing?
All right, so this customer, as y'all can see from the outside, has big wheels and tires on it, lift kit. It's a heavier truck than it came from the factory. He needed that extra horsepower and torque, not just to have fun with, but just to be able to accelerate this thing on the highway and to be able to get on on-ramps. When you take these vehicles and you put big lift kits on them and wheels and tires on them, they really do, I call them tanks. They make them very heavy, and you need that extra horsepower and torque to make them feel fast. So he went with our complete stage 1 supercharged package. Y'all can see we did a Magnuson supercharger, as well as something a little bit different than I say some shops out there when it comes to the bypass valve on these things. So what makes the engine go from vacuum to boost is usually a mechanical bypass valve that comes from the factory on, let's say, your C7 ZR1, your ZL1 Camaros, and even your C6 ZR1s. All the boosted applications from the factory, except for the 19 ZR1s, are all mechanical bypass valves. The 1901 is the only one that comes with a throttle body for the bypass valve. What this does is makes the smooth boost. It's electronic, so that when this truck shifts the next gear, that bypass valve mechanically, it would make a little bit of boost and make drivability just not perfect, not like factory. So that's one of the reasons why we put the smooth boost on it. Also, a truck like this is made to be driven daily or across the country. If this customer wants to put this thing on cruise control at 70 miles an hour and drive it for 3 hours straight, we can now control full boost, meaning if he's going up a hill at 70 miles an hour, we don't want this thing making 5 pounds of boost for 20 minutes, right? So we can fully control the boost level to keep this thing reliable and safe with pump gas in it for your daily driver. So again, it's something we do here. That's, again, some shops might not do it just because I want these vehicles, when the customers drive them, to drive like they came off the showroom floor. But now this thing came in with 351 rear wheel horsepower. It now has 525 or 526 rear wheel horsepower. You're talking 175 rear wheel horsepower gain. And again, for a truck like this, if you drove this thing stock in the form that it came in versus now, it feels like a completely different animal because of the horsepower and the torque. And adding the smooth boost to it, it makes it back to driving like stock until you step on the throttle. So again, something we do here. And again, I want to thank HP Tuners again, because now we have full control over the ECM on the new trucks, as well as we did the full TCM on the trucks. Again, a lot of shops out there will just do an ECM only, or they'll install the Magnuson supercharger with a handheld programmer, hit the button, load and go a tune, and be done. We custom do everything here in-house so that we know, again, I want the end user to have a truck that he can drive comfortably and reliably. So if this thing is staying in Texas on 93 octane, again, you can see the big 22-inch fuel off-road wheels and tires, big lift kit. Again, it's heavy vehicle. This thing is a typical Texas truck. So it looks good, and now it has the performance that it needs to feel good while driving. So whether he's driving it or his wife's driving it, put gas in it and go, and it drives absolutely incredible. So I'm about to hop in this thing now, take y'all for a ride and show y'all how easy this thing can spin the back tires from stoplight to stoplight, but also just normal driving, as most people will with a vehicle like this, just short accelerations from like 30 to 50 or from 50 to 80 miles an hour, so you guys get an idea of the extra horsepower and torque needed to get this thing to move. All right, y'all can see you guys in the new shop over here. We have nice AC. Media guy spent the last 48 hours putting these lights up to make it look pretty for you guys, but he still has, what, 1/3 of the job done? He's supposed to do the whole other shop on this side, so stay tuned. Jason, get back to work. We need lights everywhere so the technicians can actually see over there while working in this nice AC facility. Oh my God, they're never gonna go back to the shop.
All right, get out of the shop.
They're never gonna go back.
Yeah.
Alright, we're out test driving Mr. McCorvy's very clean, brand new 2025 GMC Denali truck. As y'all can see from the intro, how much larger this truck is than it came from the factory, with the larger wheels and tires on it, and this suspension on it, with a little lift kit on it. That, in my opinion, it needs a performance package like this. To be able to drive a car, to drive a truck here in Houston, to give it that extra feel, stoplight to stoplight, but then also just for normal driving, whether it's you driving it or even if like my wife was driving it, just to be able to accelerate onto like I-10 with incoming traffic. The extra horsepower and torque this thing makes, it makes it so effortlessly now. From going from 350 rear wheel horsepower to well over 500. Like I said, I think this one was at 525 rear wheel horsepower, 526 where we stopped. You're talking 175 rear wheel horsepower gain. So again, a truck like this, stock, it wouldn't be so bad, but once you start adding the bigger wheels and tires, the lift kit to it, it starts adding a lot of weight to this thing. Just normal driving, they make them feel more like tanks, I say. So again, you're just cruising this thing now. This thing drives like a stock vehicle. You literally don't know anything's done to it until, like right now, let's say we're going 45, 50 miles an hour and we want to accelerate like onto an on-ramp on I-10. I mean, just slowly, I'm not even flooring it. Just slowly accelerate. I mean, quickly, just like that, from 50 to 80 miles per hour. Very effortlessly. Where if we needed to do that in stock form, we'd have to have floored it, and it would have had to downshifted, and it would have taken a lot more seconds to get up to 80 miles per hour. This is, again, the perfect package for someone that wants to daily drive a vehicle with more horsepower, more torque than came from the factory, reliably. And again, it does 100% drive like a stock vehicle. In the intro, I mentioned, obviously, not only the supercharger we installed, but also the smooth boost for drivability reasons. And what it allows us to do is control boost to keep this thing safe. Again, it's a heavy vehicle, it's under a big load. When they're under big loads, a mechanical bypass valve would try to make boost in areas where we don't want it to make boost. Like if you had this thing set at cruise control and you're driving for 3 hours, let's say across country, you start going up hills, it will automatically make a few pounds of boost. Well, we don't want it to be making boost in some of those areas at low RPMs. So with the smooth boost, it allows us to control the boost levels and do it safely, as well as make them drive a lot smoother per se, especially like when they shift. Mechanical bypass valves on the newer trucks, especially when you go to tune them, like right here, let's say just you make the gear change, it would try to make a little bit of boost at each gear change. You kind of feel it in the truck when you drive it. So again, we try to build these vehicles to drive as close as they can from the factory, and this is another, in my opinion, perfect example of our package that far exceeds most other, I'll call it, performance shops out there that just bolt on parts and throw them down the road with a handheld tuner in there. This truck drives completely different than, like I said, the next guy that just bolts on a supercharger and does a one-off tune with the mechanical bypass valve. Just night and day difference from normal driving, as well as obviously the end result being more horsepower and torque reliably. So we not only do we do that, we also tune the transmissions in these things. So a lot of other shops out there with the newer ones, they don't even bother tuning the transmissions. And any gearhead knows, especially with boost and when we start modding these things, if we can shift them at a higher RPM, they're going to run a lot quicker. So the way we leave this one is in drive, he can just floor it, it'll downshift, go and shift by itself, or I'll do a U-turn here and show you. For those of you that watched our channel before, you know how I do it on all the Corvettes, the Camaros, where they can manually auto upshift for people that want to roll race. Again, this guy isn't going to be roll racing people, but if he ever wanted to have it shift at a higher RPM and run quicker, he can put it in, it's low mode is what it's called for these trucks. And you have the tap up, tap down button. And so like it holds its gear, first gear, second gear, and then I can leave it in low mode in second gear and then just stab it. Automatically shifts all by itself. Bam, bam. And then you can just click it like that and we're back to normal drive and it will automatically upshift by itself. Just again, another thing we do here when it comes to custom tuning the vehicle. That way you get maximum performance when you want it out of your vehicle. The reason I like it is if you are cruising on the highway and you don't want to just right now, let's say floor, let it downshift and go, you can simply, like I said, right now I'm going 60 miles an hour, just click the button once, twice. I can be, let's say, fourth gear right here, third gear. Now I'm ready to race. Now I'm at my nice RPM band instead of having it downshift then accelerate. So I can be at 4,000 RPMs, third gear, and then just hear that blower whine, and then it will automatically upshift by itself. Man, this thing almost has. For as big as this thing is, it rolls. Like I said, the torque it has now, just going from a roll like that, is incredible. This thing, again, we baseline only 351 rear wheel horsepower, so it is night and day difference. I wish I would have dragged it stock so I could show you guys how much this thing gained from stock till now, just because it's, again, with the big wheels and tires on it, the lift kit, it wants to slow this thing down a little bit. I'm gonna pull over, I'm gonna check out these little logs real quick, just check my shift points, make sure everything's where I want, and then I wanna show you what this thing will do from a dig, like stoplight to stoplight. Alright, so just reviewed the logs. So when we had it in drive, just normal drive, and we get on it, this thing is shifting right over 6,000 RPMs, roughly 6 pounds of boost. When we have it in manual mode, that's when we let it rev even higher, and we're shifting it roughly around 6,500 RPMs, and we're right at, I think it's like 7 pounds of boost. So again, very reliable. The way these superchargers are, they're so efficient at this level. With stock manifold, stock cat, stock exhaust, you can't even, like I said, this thing driving it, you feel like you're in a bone stock truck. If you drove this thing beforehand though, with the weight versus now, you hear the blower whine and the extra horsepower and torque, it feels like a brand new vehicle. It is, again, night and day difference from the supercharger, just because of the low end torque these blowers make. And again, they're so efficient at that boost level. The IETs are really good. It's hot today, and I've been sitting here just in parking lots letting this thing idle. IETs are, where are we at, 116, 117 right now. And the intake air temp sensor is actually in the supercharger. For you mechanical guys out there know, there's usually one in the mass airflow sensor. We pull it out of that. We actually put it in the supercharger, so we actually know what the actual temp is, the air going into the engine itself. But let me see if I can show you guys stoplight to stoplight. This big wheel and tire on it, let's see if it spins the tires in first gear. So, stall it up to about 1,500. It just does a burnout in first gear. And then, God, this thing rolls. I mean, that, I'll just say 0 to 90 pretty damn quick for this heavy of a truck. And it just blew the tires off all through first gear. This thing stock wouldn't even try to chirp that tire. This thing's fun. It is funny to get. It's very nice inside. The Denalis are a little bit nicer than the regular Chevrolets when it comes to the inside of them. With the screen here and the control panel, everything is a little bit nicer. Same with the seats and the leather and everything. The dually I had was a Denali to tow the trailer, and I loved it. But brand new 2025. Again, I think we hit the mark perfect with this. With the customer now has a truck that could have came from the factory like this. Obviously, it's a little bit larger with the lift kit, wheels and tires on it. And now he has the horsepower and torque to be able to accelerate this thing, have fun, stop like the stoplight, spin the tires if he wants to, and then obviously just to be able to accelerate onto an on-ramp in crazy traffic here. Just give it 50-60% throttle, and that extra horsepower and torque will get him there, compared to having to almost floor it to go from 40 to 70 miles an hour. This thing is absolutely fun, super clean. Man, I think he's gonna absolutely enjoy it. And if he ever wants more, very simple, bring it back. We can put long tube headers on it, make it more efficient, give it a little bit more sound. Same, or even some customers out there we've done, like a lot of new Cadillacs that are non-Vs. We do a supercharger package like this, and we just do an axle back only, just a cat back only, essentially. And that way they get the extra exhaust noise with the supercharger whine, and that's another good package as well. But this customer in particular, he wanted to keep all the factory mufflers, to keep it sound like a stock truck, and literally the only difference he'll know is when he does this. You hear that blower whine, and it just takes off and goes. Especially for as heavy of a truck it is, this thing is fun as hell to drive. Perfect daily driver, in my opinion. Might be a little bit hard to park in some parking spots at HEB around here, but it's just a little bit larger. Besides that, she drives absolutely phenomenal. Perfect package. So you guys out there with a new GMC, new Denali, new Chevy truck, please go to our website, fill out an inquiry, and we can get you squared away for a package similar to this. But again, everyone has different needs and goals with their vehicles. So like I said, if you want yours to be louder, we can put an exhaust on it, axle back or headers, high flow cats, both. Some people want camshafts in them. We put camshafts in them as well, but I keep coming back to it. This is a perfect daily driver that anyone can drive. Put 93 octane in the tank and just go and have fun, and let everything else take care of its rest. Take care of the rest after we get done tuning it the way we do, from the ECM to the TCM. Another perfect daily driver. Hope you enjoyed this, guys. As always, please comment below. If you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button. We're so close to 100,000 subscribers. I really want to get there soon, so please hit that subscribe button, or send our channel, send our link to a friend that might be a gearhead that doesn't watch our channel often. Let him subscribe to it. Until next time, guys. God, I ramble like a motherfucker. I can't just stop. I just blah, 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 blah.